What's going on, riders? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be test riding the 2022. This is going to be the Kawasaki Versys SE LT. These are going to be very short rides here with Kawasaki. There's a lot of people here this morning, and traffic is heavy, so we are going to be doing some quick riding today. So I hope I'm able to get as much as I can during my short time with the motorcycle. The Kawasaki Versys SE LT is going to have a inline 4-cylinder. It's going to have 120 horsepower, 75 foot-pound of torque, and in the front you get 5.9 inches of travel. You get dual disc 4-piston calipers. In the back you're going to get a total of 5.9 inches of travel as well, and you get a single disc dual piston caliper. The Versys LT is going to sport 17-inch tires, front and back. So as far as being able to find tires, good tires, you know, like your Michelin Power Sports and some of your other tires, you know, you're going to be able to, you're not going to have any issues. So you're going to have an analog display as far as your tachometer goes, then your speed and all the information is going to be on your TFT display. As you're going to see, it's going to be very bright. One thing that I have to say that is pretty impressive right off the bat, if you look here, I'm going to be pressing the brake. Look, your brake application is going to show you an actual meter of your brake as you press it. So let's go all the way up. As you see, it's going to go all the way up there. So the same thing goes for the throttle. If you look over here, it's going to be TH. We'll give it a little bit. It's going to show you. One thing that you'll be able to see over here on the TFT display, as you accelerate the motorcycle, you're going to be able to see that it almost shows like if you had your engine weight kind of shifting. So that's kind of neat about it. So it's going to show you here as well. It's going to show you your lean angle. And right now it's showing you outside temperature. It's going to be 80 degrees. So you're going to be able to see that it's going to have your fuel gauge, your gear indicator. The Kawasaki Versys is going to have different riding modes. So right now this motorcycle is going to be on sport mode. It's also going to show you the engine temperature over here. So we're going to see that this is going to be at 213 degrees right now. So the Versys LT SE is going to have cruise control. So just like you would with the car, you would literally go ahead and set it, press it and you go. It's going to be very simple to use. If you ever riding a car with a cruise control, it's going to be extremely easy to be able to basically navigate and just learn the way the cruise control works on the Kawasaki Versys LTE. So as you're able to see, as we're giving it throttle, you're going to be able to see that the actual meter here goes up. So very interesting. So the Kawasaki Versys LT is almost considered to be an adventure sport touring motorcycle. So you are getting a kind of taller windshield, and in typical touring motorcycle fashion, in terms of adventure, your shield is going to be adjusted manually. It's not going to be electronic like some other motorcycles. For example, the Kawasaki Concourse, that is going to be electronic. So this one, being more adventure touring gear, is going to be manual windshield. So the Versys LT has a slipper clutch and clutch assist. So I have to say this is probably one of the softest clutch that I've ever engaged, and honestly it feels extremely soft as you're going, even as you're engaging the gear. So you're going to be able to see how soft it feels. So one thing that I want to show you guys is going to be the fact that the Versys has quick shifting, so no need to use the clutch. So you just basically just keep going, just give it all you got, and just, you know, shift as you're going through the revolution. So you're going to be able to see with the Versys 1000, you're going to be able, it's going to also give you lean angle. So again, if you lean to the left, it's going to show you. If you lean to the right, it's also going to show you as well what's your leaning angle going to be. The Versys 1000 engine is going to be mated to a 6-speed transmission, and that's going to be driven via chain. I have a Yamaha FJ09, and I was expecting maybe a little bit more slack or maybe a little bit more kick from the chain, but it's actually extremely smooth. We haven't really accelerated the motorcycle real fast, but from what I've done so far, it feels real smooth here. The Versys 1000 also has heated grips, so that's going to be a great feature for those cold mornings. So let's see if we're able to give it a little bit here. So you're able to navigate through the TFT display. I'm trying to show you there. So you're able to select different colors. So if you see, it goes from black to white. So let's leave it at black. Let me go ahead and look, see, no hands, so you're able to go ahead and just use the quick shifter. The turning signals don't appear to be self-canceling, so you just press here and you're able to cancel them. So to our left, the handlebars, you're not able to see it, but you have the ability to do high beam, and then you also have the ability to do pass beam, like the flashing signal. So you hold it back and it does flashing, you push it forward and you're able to see that that it stays in place. So you also have your emergency lighting to your left, so you're going to have your hazards over here to your left, so that's going to be there. I'm trying to see if we're able to do it here. So on your right handlebar, you're going to be able to see that here's where you basically handle your ignition. So I know if you know motorcycles, you know that they're going to have your on and off position for the ignition. So the way the Kawasaki Versys did it for this type of engine, this model over here, you have, obviously you're going to have your ignition off, on, and then once you're ready to go ahead and cycle the engine, there's no other button. All you're going to do is just hold it all the way down, and you're able to go ahead and cycle the engine into the on position. So I have to say, it has a 33.1 inch seating height, but it doesn't feel that tall. I'm 5'10", and I have a 30 to 31 inch inseam. So for me, when once you put your gear on and you put your weight on the motorcycle, you're gonna get a little bit of sag on the bike. So it doesn't actually feel like a tall motorcycle once you start riding. The Versys 1000 comes with fully electronic suspension front and back that you're able to adjust, and it also lets you select your adjustability for in which type of suspension mode you want to go ahead and have. So again, that will make it very comfortable when you are, especially if you're going to be riding like 2-up, or if you plan on taking the Versys 1000 off-road. So over here, if we go to select, not there. All right, so if we look to our left, it's gonna tell you Alright, then let's go ahead and look at the left handlebar. So if you look, you over here are going to have different buttons. Let's go ahead and start with the mode. The mode, what it's going to allow it to do, you're going to be able to cycle through these settings down here. So let's go ahead and press it. You're able to see that the motorcycle right now goes into the odometer. So we have 1,296 miles. You're going to have a trip odometer that's going to give you trip A and B. And then you're also going to see that it's going to give you the lean angle. So as you're leaning the motorcycle, you're going to be able to see these bars down here either shift to the left and shift to the right. Unfortunately, this is not going to be a ride through any type of twisty terrain, so you won't be able to see that here. But the one neat feature that I gotta say is you're always able to see that you have your miles. So the miles are always going to stay in place. They're not going to ever move from your screen. Your engine temperature is going to show you right there as well, and you're going to be able to see that your fuel range is going to stay there as well. So let's go back to how we had it when we started. There we go. The Versys 1000, those 75 foot-pound of torque, they do come early, so you do feel that strong off-the-line get up from the Versys 1000 LTE. Fully weight, the Versys 1000 weighs 565 pounds. You're gonna get a 5.5 gallon tank. Given the numbers and the riding specs that you're able to get from the from the Versys 1000, it will be safe to assume that you're going to be able to average mid 40s to low 50s, so which is going to give you a cruising range of over 200 miles per tank. The Versys 1000, it's going to be full LED front and back. So you're gonna get those bright lights, bright brake lights, so that's gonna be very helpful if you're gonna be riding night, and just in general, just so you're visible to oncoming traffic, or you're able to have better, you know, visibility as you're riding. So with the Versys 1000 SE LT, you're able to get saddlebags already built in with the motorcycle, so that's going to be great if you're going to be doing some long distance riding. You also get a rack that you're able to go ahead and outfit with your option of either factory Kawasaki top case, or you could go with an aftermarket like a GV, or you know, like a Shadow or anything else out there on the market at the moment. So while we're waiting at the light, let's go ahead and just take a quick look. I have to be honest, guys, besides able to cycle through the different trip A, trip B, whatever you have here, I'm not able to actually cycle through the different power modes of the motorcycle. So I'm not able to tell you how easy it is to navigate. So from just sitting on the motorcycle here for a short ride, I'm not really able to figure it out. So that's one thing that's a little bit disappointing. The TFT display is not going to be touchscreen, so something to keep in mind if you're looking for something that's going to be more engaging in terms of you being able to navigate, you know, using either your gloves or your fingers, whatever you want to use. So the windshield from the Versys, I have to say, I think the most we've done is probably 45, 50, or maybe 60 miles an hour. It actually provides decent wind protection, so that I have to say is good. I usually have a lot of issues with bikes just because I tend to be a little bit taller from the torso, so usually like shorter windshields like this one that we have here, I usually have some issues. So I have to say this actually feels very good. One thing that you'll notice is you have the windshield here, yet you're gonna get this kind of vent window opening here, so that is going to allow for more wind to be able to get into you know, get to the rider in the torso area. So that's actually going to feel actually pretty good, because I'm thinking of my Yamaha FJR, and once you put the windshield up, it's literally going to be like a parachute. You're literally not going to get any wind. It's going to be just like a kind of like a bubble. So this right here gives you enough wind, and it actually just kind of hits you on the chest area, which is going to be good. So if you wanted to go ahead and move, what you're going to do is you're going to over here, you're going to loosen up and go ahead and move it up and down. So right now it's extremely tight, so I can't do it, but you will loosen it up and you move it up and down. So you're going to be able to see here's going to be the rail, so the guide, so you're going to go up and down as you need it. You're going to get also a cigarette lighter, which is going to be over here. So with that, you're able to go ahead and either put like one of your USBs and go ahead and get it going. So yeah. So what do I think of the Versys 1000? Number one, I have to say that the power delivery on sport mode, we can't test any other one because I'm not able to figure it out. The power on sport mode feels on point. It feels very powerful. It feels extremely peppy from the get-go. It honestly feels like you have a little bit more than 75 foot-pound of torque. The one thing that I have to say that I am not very keen of is going to be the fact that the windshield is not going to be adjustable. It's going to be not adjustable. That is not electronic, so it's going to be done by hand. So, but overall, this feels like a very well-made motorcycle. I mean, if I was into the market of looking for another bike, this might be an alternative to perhaps a Kawasaki either Concourse or an FJ09. And you're able to see, I mean, it's going to have the beautiful green colors from Kawasaki. You're going to get all this LED. You're able to see that you get these lights down here, which is going to be cornering lights, so it's going to make it a lot better when you're riding at night. You're going to get already fitted with engine crash bars. If you see, it's going to be a 4-in-1 exhaust. You're going to get 2 tips at the end. You're going to be able to see right there your saddlebags. You're going to get hand guards, so that's going to protect you if you're going off-road. But very beautiful motorcycle. One thing that I have to say that I do like is going to be the fact that they actually outfitted the Versys 1000 with a center stand, so that's going to make it a lot easier, especially if you're going to be taking this motorcycle on long riding, doing maintenance on your chain. So but there you have it, guys. Beautiful bike, beautiful color with those green accents from Kawasaki. All right, guys, so if you enjoy the content, just give it a thumbs up. That way the algorithm knows it's good, and I will see you guys on my next video.